Hi everyone, I'm so glad that you're doing oil camp and I hope that you are enjoying learning about the oils that you have. So today I'm going to be talking to you about Zengest. So it's called Zengest if you buy it from Canada, it's called Digest Zen if you buy it from the US. It's the exact same oil, it's just a separate name, okay? So this is a blend of all of the oils that are going to help support your digestion, okay? So it's got peppermint, ginger, caraway seed, coriander, tarragon, fennel, and anise. So it smells a bit like licorice or sambuca, some people say. Depends what you're used to eating or drinking. So personally, it's not my favorite smell. I really don't enjoy to smell it, so you won't catch me diffusing this. But it is fantastic for topical and internal use. So this is going to be for any tummy troubles, okay? So if you go to the bathroom too much, if you're not going enough, if you are bloated, if you've eaten something that you haven't that you shouldn't have eaten, that you might have like a slight kind of reaction to, if you are eating too much, maybe at like Thanksgiving or a holiday feast, or you're about to eat too much, any kind of tummy issues, if like your tummy feels a bit kind of nauseous, a bit kind of like motion sickness, any of that stuff, this is going to be the blend that you're going to grab for. Okay, so to use it, it really depends, because the flavor and the smell is kind of like love it or hate it. I really am not a fan, but if you like the flavor and the smell, many people just put one drop in a glass of water and drink it like that. Or some people even put a drop right underneath their tongue, like directly from the bottle, right underneath their tongue, okay? So you can do it like that, or you can get a veggie cap and open that and put a few drops in, like 1 or 2 drops in, close it, and then swallow it like a pill. And if you find that this is something that you are using all the time, then you can actually buy like the pre-made soft gels from doTERRA, so the Digest Zen or Zengest soft gels. So you don't have to put it in a veggie cap every time, because the veggie caps won't keep. If you make it, you have to take it right away, otherwise it's going to like disintegrate. So if you find you're doing this all the time, then go ahead and use the gel caps. It might be a lot easier for you. So yes, this is going to be something that's so helpful for relief of symptoms. So I know people who have IBS and they use this every day preventatively. So like a drop in a glass of water every day, or like before each meal, and it helps really relieve some of the symptoms. Obviously, that's another conversation about getting to the root cause of that, and like looking at other things you can do to add into your diet or take away from your diet to help with the root causes of IBS. But this is going to be really helpful for the symptoms. But the best part is it's totally safe. So I mean, if you're going to be, you can use this like 3 or 4 times a day, or even more than that. So if you're going to be doing that with other medications, it would kind of build up in your system, and you read the back of it and it says, don't take more than 2 a day, or like it's got a bunch of side effects that could potentially happen. But this is why this is so great, and this is why oils are so great, because you don't get those nasty side effects, and they don't like build up in your body. Like your body knows how to metabolize them and use them and put them to work where they're supposed to go. So that's why it's just so great to have on hand, because, and the other thing is, it doesn't expire. So if your household does, like mine, doesn't have a huge amount of tummy troubles, then you can just keep this on the shelf and just use it sparingly whenever there's a tummy issue arise, and it can still stay there and not go off, okay? As long as you don't store it in like direct sunlight or extreme heat, then it's good. It's not going to expire. Whereas medications, you're not going to have that issue, that convenience. You won't have that convenience with that. So what makes this oil so effective is all the herb oils in it. So we've already talked about the potency of oils and how effective they are. So if you have ever heard about having a cup of fennel tea or peppermint tea to aid in digestion, then you just know that this is like 50 to 70 times more potent than the dried herb, okay? And we already know that peppermint is as strong, 1 drop is as strong as 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it's super strong and super effective. And you don't have to go through the hassle of making a cup of tea, because not everywhere you're going to have a mug and a kettle, like if you're out and about. So that's why just having this in your purse to put a drop under your tongue is going to be so helpful. But for me, the best way that I like to use it is in a roller. So you can either buy a Zengest Touch, which is like a pre-diluted Zengest roller, or you can just make it yourself, which is what I love to do, because it's just easier that way. So talk to the person who introduced you to oils, because the chance is they probably have spare rollers hanging around that you can buy off them for like $1. But what you're going to do is, for an adult, you want like 25 to 30 drops of Zengest and the rest coconut oil, like liquid coconut oil. And for a child, you just want to follow the correct dilution ratio. So for a baby, you could just do in a 5 ml roller, you could just do 1 drop. And again, you can just roll that right on the baby's tummy, and it's going to be really helpful for gas, colic, any kind of like digestive issues, okay? With babies, you always want to make sure that the oil's in a place where they can't reach them. So like if you put it on their tummy, then like, put a shirt over it so they can't grab it and then put it in the eyes or the mouth. You just want to keep it safe for the baby. So just one drop. And again, you can still use that every couple of hours, okay? Like every 2 to 3 hours for the baby. And then for kids age like 2 to 5, you want like 2 or 3 drops in a 5 ml roller. This is a 10 ml roller. Okay, so you'd want a 5 ml for kids. And then from 5 to out, you can just use your discretion. It would be like 3 to 15, depending on the age of the child. So, and you can just roll that on. So, I mean, if you just put one drop in your hand, it doesn't like cover very far. One drop won't spread all over your tummy. So mixing it with a bit of coconut oil is going to help it cover a larger area and absorb in quicker, and it's quicker to get into your skin instead of evaporating off your skin. So it actually makes it more effective when you use it with a coconut oil or another carrier oil like olive oil or something. So that's why rollers are so great, because kids as young as like 2 can recognize the label and say, "Mommy, my tummy hurts," and then they know they need the blue one. Okay, so I've heard of a lot of like younger girls doing that. I haven't seen many younger boys. Like my boys are 2 and 4, and they don't seem too interested in doing that themselves yet. So maybe it's a girl boy thing. But then they can know that their tummy hurts, they need the blue roller, and they know how to use it. Okay, as long as you're there to teach them, not to put it in their mouth or their eyes or any sensitive areas, then it's totally safe for children to use while supervised by an adult. And digestive issues are a really big issue, because you've probably heard a lot about gut health and how gut health is connected to everything: emotional health, mental health, your immune system, your happiness, your mood, everything. And then with that, you also get the negative side of any digestive upset causes issues in other areas. So I've even heard stories of people who were going through like a season of like low mood or season of depression or something similar, low mood kind of thing. And they started using this oil every day, just one drop before each meal. And it was able to clear up their digestive issues, and that was able to affect their mood. And so it depends on what your issues are. Like everybody is different. But if your body isn't capable of metabolizing the nutrition to create the neurons it needs to deal with mood issues, then you're going to have mood issues. Okay, so that's just one example of how it can be effective on a wide variety of things. I mean, you might try that and it might not have an effect on your mood, but this is just to show how powerful it is and how useful it is. So this is what I love to have on hand for kids and adults with any tummy issues whatsoever. And it's not my favorite smell, so if you want a different smell that also helps with digestive issues, I love to smell peppermint or peppermint and ginger together. They're both in this blend. I don't like the kind of licorice smell, so even just like a dab of peppermint under my nose kind of takes a bit of the nauseous feeling away. I used to do that all the time in my first trimester of pregnancy. That fresh smell would like take away some of the nauseous feelings. And then again for pregnancy, when I was in my 3rd trimester, I had crazy heartburn. So whether you're pregnant or not, but you have heartburn, you can just rub this right here. And again, just dilute it with a coconut oil. So you can squirt coconut oil in your hand, put 2 drops in it and rub it in. Or you can make a roller or buy a roller so that it's just easy and convenient. These just fit right in your purse. It's just super easy. So that is how to use Zengest oil and those the oils in it. So let me know if you love or hate the smell, and let me know if you have made your own roller and how often you use it in your house. It seems to be a really commonly used lifesaver oil for a lot of people. So whether you are dealing with just bloating or digestive upset or more extreme diagnosable things like IBS or Crohn's, this can be something that can really be a tool that can really help you in the symptoms when you're dealing with those issues. So I hope you have a great day and hope you enjoyed learning about Zengest. Bye.